Hello and welcome to another edition of MountCast. My name is Morgan Carpenter. My co-host Sydney Dotson is not here today. Insert sad face because she is sick, potentially with mono. So instead I have a different co-host.
My name is Alex Johnston. I'm a junior here at the Mount. Majors biomedical science. I play soccer here. Also the academic chair for the fraternity, Delta Dot Delta, Rush Delt. Currently our Rush Week, but I'm just happy to be here, so thank you.
Awesome.
And I'm Ryan Coringle. I'm here
Every time.
So
always have RK with us. First and foremost, I just want to thank everyone for listening to my singing and not dying. We didn't have any casualties. No one tweeted us that their ears fell apart or bled to death, so that's good. It was hyped up. What did you think about it?
I thought it exceeded every expectation I had.
It exceeded your expectations. Did you listen to our singing?
I'm going to have to check it out. I have not yet, but I just subscribed because
okay.
I usually my YouTube is FIFA, but you know.
All right, well, definitely check it out. I made a bet, and I stuck to my bet, and I also pulled Sydney in with me. So I said if we got 50 views that we would sing. And we did take a long time to pick a song because a lot of songs are challenging vocally. So, Ryan came up with the idea of us singing Don't Stop Believing because everyone knows that song.
Yeah, and everyone sings it. As soon as it comes
everyone
on,
sings it.
You can be anywhere and you look around and people are singing it.
Exactly. So we were like, well, I'll do a verse and you'll do a verse. And I thought it went decently well. I'm not a singer at all, so that'll be the last time anyone hears me sing on any public format. Next time I'll come up with a different bet and it won't involve singing.
I will say for all future bets, did you notice that the sing-off actually got more views than the actual bet?
Yes.
So
I saw that. So
be aware, 50 is too low.
50 is obviously too low for me. Next time I'll say 150, something really high.
1,000.
1,000, 5,000, something like that.
I'm getting in the random too many. Not enough students get in the Mount.
The whole population of the Mount must listen for me to do blank. So, but I'm not making another bet right now because Sydney's not here, so I can't pull her into it. So, whatever. But it is International Women's Day, even though the normally all-female, mostly female cast is not here, and now I'm outnumbered by men. But it still is International Women's Day.
It is. We can still celebrate.
We can still celebrate. So do you have a woman in your life that you're going to celebrate today?
My wonderful mother, of course.
Yeah, of course.
My sister.
I texted my mom this morning and said, thanks for being my mom. Thanks for being a woman. Thanks for not killing me. So that's great. Do you have any women that you...
Of course, my mom. I have twin sisters, so...
Twin sisters.
I gotta set the example for them.
Exactly.
Other than that...
No shout out to your girlfriend?
Oh yeah, I got my girlfriend too. You guys went the family route, so I wasn't even thinking about it. But yeah, definitely my girlfriend. I'll make sure to include her as well.
There you go.
Yeah, if you're listening, Andrew, you just got a shout out.
Look at that. I'm sure we all have great women in our lives that have made a difference. And don't worry, men, your day is coming up in November 19th, International Men's Day. So then we can celebrate all the men that we love in our lives. But today is for women, so go women today. It's also National Popcorn Lovers Day and National Proofreaders Day.
So be sure to proofread all of your papers.
All of your texts that you send your mom, that tell her how much you love her, make sure you proofread them first. And all the papers that you probably won't do on spring break, proofread those too.
All the crammers out there, sorry. It's just not your day.
It's not your day. And there weren't any famous birthdays. We just looked them up again, and there was no one worth noting. There were some random babies that were turning 1, but we didn't know their parents, so we decided not to talk about them in depth. So, moving forward, does anyone have spring break plans?
We had spring break.
We had spring break plans, but we won't go into detail. Some of the guys from the fraternity are trying to go to Gatlinburg, so that'll be fun. That'll be exciting. We'll have a cabin down there,
Hopefully it works out.
Hopefully, and then hopefully we get to hike too, because I'm really a fan of hiking.
Yeah.
So getting out, going on the Smokies or whatever
It's the Smokies.
Yep, I was.
And this year they're not up in flames for spring break. So
exactly. I did go the year the Gatlinburg was on fire. I went that year. It was actually right after it was on fire. I didn't go during the flames. But I went right afterwards, and it was very interesting to see, like, half the town was burned down, and it was crazy. And I, like, rode the little over Gatlinburg thing that takes you up the mountains, and, like, half the city is just burned down, and, like, the other half looks untouched. So it was very interesting. Speaking of hiking, I'm going potentially to, now I can't remember, Mammoth Caves in Kentucky for a day, because I was mad that I wasn't going anywhere. So my boyfriend was like, we'll go to Mammoth Cave for a day. So I guess I'm going there. But other than that, I don't really have any plans. However, I did listen to Noah say that he had a plan to lay in the quad and tan. And I just want to give you some advice, Noah, that you're pasty like me, because I'm a redhead, you're pretty pale. I mean, you're tanner than me, but you're pretty pale. And you said you wanted to go to a tanning bed. And I don't think you should do that. Get a spray tan instead. They're more expensive, but you can get one that looks natural. And it's a fun experience.
I will say some spray tans turn out pretty bad though.
They
like
do.
Not tan.
You have to know how to do it right. So a lot of people, like, especially like people when I went to prom, they'd be like as pale as me, which for reference, just look at a piece of paper and that's my skin color. And people would go from my color to, like, they wanted to be really dark. Like, I just spent 3 weeks in the Bahamas dark. Well, then they'd go into the tanning salon. They'd be like, I want a level, like, 3 or 4, which is, like, the highest you can go or whatever. So, yeah, they'd come out looking, like, real orange, like Oompa Loompa. So, like, you gotta be like, I want a 0 because I know I'm pale. So, like, just make me look, like, not translucent. And that's how you gotta do it. And you work your way up, you know? You can't just be like, I want to be really, really tan. So, no, if you get a spray tan, go 0 or 1. Don't go 3 up. Don't do it.
Or go 3 up and send us some pictures.
That would be funny, though. They're doing this thing. It's like $14.99 for a tan. I will pay for you to go get a spray tan at the highest level. And that is a true statement. So if you're actually listening to this, only Noah, though. If you come to me, we will go to Palm Beach, and I will pay the $14.99 for you to get a spray tan.
And if we have any fans of Friends, anybody remember the episode where Ross gets a spray tan?
I love that episode.
So I think he gets like 3 2s on the front side, so he ends up being a 6, and he just comes out half his body's really orange, the other half's really pale, and he just looks awful. So definitely try to avoid to get the 3 2s on the same side, because you don't want to be a 6.
No, you don't.
The highest is about a 4.
Yeah, my biggest fear when I went into the spray tanning booth thing is they tell you to stand in a certain spot and hold your arms certain ways, and they tell you, like, okay, dry, and then you turn, and then you dry, and then you turn. Well, if you don't turn at the right time, it starts spraying again. So that's why, like, Ross just kept turning in circles and getting sprayed on the same side. So my fear was, like, I'm not going to turn, or as I'm turning, it's going to start spraying me, and I'm going to be, like, super orange down one side of me and, like, pale everywhere else. But it actually never happened that way. The worst, like, spray tan mishap I've ever had is I forgot to put the foot covers on, and I just stood in spray tan for, like, 5 minutes, so then the whole bottom of my foot was, like, black. And it was really ugly, but I washed it off.
So when you put the foot covers on, you have this really, like, bad spray tan line?
Well, that's the other thing. I started doing the foot covers, and, like, so they have this lotion that you, like, put in between your fingers and, like, on your elbows or whatever so that you don't look really orange there. And they tell you don't have to use the foot covers, and you can, like, put a bunch of lotion on the bottom of your feet. But I was always scared I would, like, slip and fall and, like, bust my head open and then be in the spray tan booth, like, by myself, like, bleeding to death. So I was like, no, I gotta wear these foot covers. And yeah, you do. You have, like, this weird sock line on your feet. So then I got tired of that. So I just put a bunch of lotion on the bottoms of my feet and, like, all over my hands and stuff. But then I forgot to wear my hairnet once. And I got in, and my hair did get sprayed. And I have red hair, and it just looked way too orange. And, like, I walked out, and I was like, oh, man. And you can't shower for, like, 18 hours. So I just chilled while my hair was really orange. It looked really bad, and I smelled really bad like spray tan. Don't recommend.
So that's the thing, like, after a spray tan, you can't shower for 18 hours?
You have to let it develop. Well, there's some that, like, are, like, fast developing. See, I'm just teaching everyone about spray tans. If you get the fast developing ones, you could wash yourself earlier, but, like, if you get the regular one, you have to, like, wait for it to develop, and then you get in the shower when it looks too orange or when you want it to stop. So, like, you have to sit there with the spray tan on, and you feel all weird. and then you can finally get in the shower. And, like, the people that get really orange, it's because they don't do it right. They, like, let it stay on for, like, 48 hours and then get a shower. Or they do it, like, right before something, and it develops all night. So by the end of the night, they're, like, way more orange than they were at the beginning of the night. It's just not a good look. So, moving on from spray tans, I was thinking about getting a Twitter. Because I'm tired of being Twitterless Morgan on MountCast. And I want to know your opinions on Twitter. Should I or should I not get a Twitter?
You should. It's your most accurate source of news these days.
No, it is. Yeah, it is by far. Oh, my goodness. Twitter is my go-to app, social media, just for the laughs. Because you'll just come across this video, and you're not expecting anything. You're just laying in your bed. Come across this video of this kid who's just going crazy, and you're just like laughing. You're like, okay, that I did not expect that, and that's why I love Twitter, because there's just endless amounts of comedy on Twitter.
Okay.
And people are like on Instagram, you get people that are just like they try to like you're not gonna post a bad picture.
Yeah.
On Twitter. They don't care. They just say whatever they want to.
You have no filter.
So
do
Twitter
whatever
is
you
the
want.
uncensored social media platform.
Yes.
So, like, people that, like, if you're going to post a selfie on Twitter, it's going to be your unedited version. Then you put the best version on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, well, see, I don't know how this acts, because then people are going to look at my Twitter and be like, oh, she looks like this. They're going to look at my Instagram and be like, wow, she's a liar. So, like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want the double-edged sword here.
That's why you get it buffered with, like, random retweets and funny tweets. That's why you got
to buffer it out?
Yeah, so, like, you see this picture, and then you're like, oh, she's a liar. And then you see her tweet, oh, that's a flame tweet. I forgive you.
I forgive you for lying and face-tuning your whole body, but your tweets are funny, so
exactly.
You're an okay person. All right, well, I'll think about it. I'll think about me getting a Twitter. I actually did have a Twitter. No one can probably find it. It's probably gone by now. But I had a Twitter circa 2013 maybe. Don't know what the username was. My middle name's Renee, so could have had something to do with Renee. I probably have like 10 followers, and then I was like, this app's just not for me. Like, I don't have that much cool stuff to talk about. I mean, I talk about stuff on a podcast for 15 minutes, but like, really, I have to think for a whole week to get all this stuff to talk about. I don't have stuff to just be tweeting out all the time. Like, people are going to be like, wow, you got a boring life. Did you find me already?
Shockingly, the only Morgan Carpenter I can find is a guy.
See, I'm not on there, everyone. If you can find me on Twitter, I will be very impressed. Tweet MountCast a screenshot of my account if you can find it. But I think it was deactivated. Like, yeah. I don't know how to deactivate it, but, like, I think because I didn't log on for, like, 5 years, that it's probably deactivated. But you never know. I might be out there on Twitter, and maybe they'll start tagging me, and I'll have, like, 10 followers from 8th grade. But you never know.
I'm starting to find some female Morgan Carpenters, but I've not come across you yet.
You haven't found me yet. And don't make an account of me, everyone, and then tweet MountCast it, because, first off, while that is impressive, it's also illegal because it's like identity theft. So don't act like me.
That's the stuff that happens on Twitter, though. That is the
See,
stuff
that's what
that
would happen. See, this is why I'm kind of afraid of Twitter, because I feel like people on Twitter just have no morals.
No,
like,
they don't.
Morals do not exist on Twitter. Like, people roast each other on Twitter and feel they don't feel any regret about it. Like, people subtweet and retweet people all the time, and they're just like, oh, at me next time. Like, what? This is just too much drama for me on Twitter. That's why I didn't have it in high school. Because, like, people be subtweeting each other all the time. And then someone would be like, at me next time if this is about me. And they'd be like, oh, if the shoe fits then. Like, really?
And hypothetically now with Twitter, if you're in a high political office and you get a little intoxicated around 1 or 2 in the morning.
That's true.
You can go
at the real
unfiltered.
Donald Trump.
Nah, Donald Trump's using Twitter just aces, man. Oh,
Policy making supreme Twitter version.
I feel like he has to make those. Someone's got to make those for him just because
they're so off the wall half the time.
They're not even English. They're incoherent. No.
his statements. So first off, I don't understand. As the president, you have all these people around you. You have your speechwriter and your PR people, and I'm sure he has a whole big team of PR people to deal with the PR mess that he is. So how do you not have a Twitter handler? Because someone should be like, your Twitter needs to be checked by me before you post it. Like,
see, that's the thing. He probably does, and they're still probably like, we're gonna change
post.
this. We're gonna change this. You need to.
They're probably like, do it, Donald, do it. You won't do it. Post it. Like, they're probably just agging him on. Like, come on. I mean, he probably was like, who retweets my tweets the most? Oh, you do? You're my new Twitter handler.
Exactly.
Because you like everything I say.
I wonder if what we see is actually the edited version.
I know, because if it is, I want to see the unedited versions of his tweets. Because don't his tweets start with, like, every word starts with a capital letter? Like, it's like capital, 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 capital. It's not, like, correct sentence format.
No, it's not. And also, it always ends it with, like, sad exclamation point. Always when he's making fun of, like, Hillary Clinton or something. Hillary Clinton had to lie about blah, blah, blah. Sad! Exclamation point. And we're just like, what?
So I wonder if he's going to start using emojis. Because I haven't seen an emoji on a tweet yet. So if he starts using emojis, I think that Twitter needs to shut down his account. Did you hear about the one Twitter employee that did delete his account for like 5 minutes or something? And they got fired. Yeah, well, I think they knew they were getting fired. And they were like, well, if I'm getting fired, then I'm going to delete Donald Trump's account. And they deleted it. And, of course, they got it right back because it's the president and Donald Trump needs Twitter. So, or in his mind.
Anybody remember that?
Covfefe.
Covfefe or whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it because it was just the most...
He needs spell check, though. Whatever phone he has, he needs spell check. He needs to get Grammarly. You know, the thing that, like, corrects your grammar? He needs Grammarly for Twitter. And I think Twitter should take his character limit from, like, whatever it is and put it down to, like, 10 characters. So then he can only put, like, Hillary Clinton, sad, exclamation point, and nothing else. Because, I mean, isn't that the gist of all of his tweets anyways?
Basically.
I mean... We don't have a political affiliation here on MountCast. We're just talking about our lovely president's Twitter habits.
If the president was Hillary,
we'd still be talking about it.
We'd still be bashing her.
We'd still be talking about it. But I don't have a Twitter, so I just see his from like other news sources, and I've never seen like Hillary's tweets from other news sources, so they must not be as extravagant. I mean, he has some cool tweets. His tweets are out there. I'll give him that. I mean, good for him. So, other than Trump's tweets and it being International Women's Day, do we have anything else we'd like to discuss here on MountCast?
I know I'm a newcomer, but I think that what was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was gonna say now.
Anything in the world of soccer?
Oh, don't even get me started. If you want this about to be a 2 hour.
We don't have a time limit anymore, thanks to our new microphone that we've received.
That's good.
However, we should probably keep it under like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, we've hit a couple on 40 and like no one listens to this. We try
to keep ours short and sweet here on Morgan and Sydney's podcast, but since Sydney's not here and it's just me today, we're going rogue.
Oh, I could easily give a 2-minute recap, but yeah.
Go ahead, give your 2-minute recap.
Okay, so PSG's out of the Champions League. Champions League is going on, so that's very exciting. Real Madrid goes through. Ronaldo always gets the credit, but that'll be another segment. I'll have to plan that out. Let's see here. Man City's always destroying the Premier League. Aubameyang and my favorite player, getting destroyed in Arsenal. Other than that, Barcelona has got a 9-point lead after beating Atletico Madrid over the weekend. So they have a 9-point lead on La Liga, one of the Power 5 conferences, per se. Other than that, I'm trying to think of any scandals that would make this interesting. But soccer players are actually being unusually well behaved this year. So I don't have anything to report upon the scandals. Other than that, nothing too much.
I did not understand a single word that just happened, but I acted like I did. I knew La Liga because it's Spanish, and I took Spanish, but for a long time.
Think you could do a whole podcast in Spanish?
Sí, yo puedo. Pero mi español no es muy buena ahora, pero yo tomé español 4 o español AP, y yo tengo un 4 en el examen, posiblemente. No sé.
¿Tú hablas inglés?
I could probably do a whole pod if I only used present tense. I tried just then to use tome, which is preterite tense, and I struggled because I don't know if I actually conjugated that right. But I took AP Spanish and I got a 4 on the exam, which is what I also tried to say during that statement, if it made any sense.
I heard a quattro in there.
Quattro, yeah.
Quattro.
4. I took, yeah, and my AP teacher kind of just like let us do whatever we wanted. And then she was like, oh man, the exam's next week. Here's 5 tests. And during the exam, the girl next to me, I look over and I'm like doing my exam or whatever. She is bawling her eyes out. Her exam is like wet with tears. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm just like, do, Spanish. And then we had to give a 2-minute presentation during the exam about modes of communication. And I think the only reason I passed this exam was because my answer was so freaking funny. They're like, explain a mode of communication and how it changes in English-speaking worlds and Spanish-speaking worlds. And I was like, And I was like, well, there are parts of the Spanish-speaking world that don't have internet. I don't know if that's true or not, but I went with it. And I was like, and since they don't have internet, they write letters. And I was like, and sometimes when you write a letter, you make people mad at you, and those people then see you as a bad person because of your letter writing. And I was like in the English-speaking world, when you make a mean tweet, because I knew tweet and Twitter in Spanish because it's just el tweet and el tweeter. So I just used that, and I was like, and then people, when they see your mean tweet, think you're a bad person. And that's how they're the same and different. Bam. And the grader was probably like, you are stupid. 4. But I still passed, so I guess that's all that matters, right?
A 4 is a 4.
A 4 is a 4. That was my only non-5 test, but it's okay. I still made it through. I still got 16 Spanish credits for it from the Mount. So
Really?
Yeah, I got 16 credits for getting a 4 on my Spanish test. So they liked it a little bit, I guess. So maybe we'll bring a Espanol pod, but I feel like that would have low viewership. I'd have to get like translators.
You'd be the only one speaking.
It would be a Morgan-only pod, so maybe not. All right, so now that I've spoken Spanish, I think that we can wrap this up, right?
Yeah, have a great spring break, everybody.
Yeah, everyone enjoy your spring break, and we'll be back right after spring break.